barato, dame pa' mí. It's Sunday. Ooh. How's everybody doing? Just having a little cha-cha-cha. I went out last night to Iguanas. It's my favorite Latin club in New York City, downtown Manhattan. And I did a video for y'all. But do you know that I lost a goddamn video? Somehow my phone said it was running out of space, and boom, it's gone. But I was having a little salsa. I gotta do something. I'm in school. I'm about to launch a new play. Thank you very much for your contributions, and I do the videos and a host of other things that I do, plus do consulting. It's a lot. So what I do is I go out. And I like salsa. I'm Dominican, so I love my salsa dancing, my merengue, and that's my way that I can go and have a good time. And of course, have some of the best martinis in New York City. And margaritas. You'll find it at Iguanas. So if you're ever in New York City, go to 54th Street between 8th and 9th Avenue called Iguanas on 54th Street between 8th and 9th. The food is fantastic. And I know because I lived in Mexico. So it's true, authentic Mexican Texan. They won't tell you that though. Cuisine. And I have here a nice rainbow martini that I made myself. Mmm. Mmm. Delicious. Oh my God. I have a feeling I'm going to be born a Pisces in my next life because I like alcohol too much. Anyway, today we are going to talk about Aries and Aries. An Aries man and an Aries woman. And we are putting this here. They want me to put on my damn microphone because they want to make sure I don't fumble words or give wrong information, even though I write the damn script. Because I drink and smoke some, so that I might fumble on my words, so they want to keep me clear. All right. I'll put it on. Anyway, this combination falls under incompatibility of signs. Now, let us attribute why. Cardinal and cardinal as a modality. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. That alone, the modality alone. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, it's up with Saturn. I gotta put the charger because now it's dead. You all know this. Oh, yes, you all do. Oh. No, he did not just throw me shade. My techie here, who is supposed to just oversee what I'm doing, he just threw me shade. He like, well, if you wasn't just smoking and drinking, you would have remembered instead of doing cha-cha-cha. No, this little bitch didn't just say that. He's too young. He's only 23 years old. Too young to be miserable like that. What's wrong with you? But anyway, whatever. you know, I think my subscribers and fans like to see me go through some of the real stuff, because sometimes life doesn't run smoothly. Life doesn't run smoothly all the time. Hey, okay, this is considered incompatibility of signs. A cardinal and a cardinal doesn't really do well. Okay, I got it. Okay. Cardinal and cardinal don't usually do well because what did I say? A cardinal sign means, or a cardinal sign suggests. Cardinal sign suggests action, activity. And Aries, both the men and the woman, are about doing their own thing. And they both have different time schedules, different time clocks. They have different biorhythms. Both of us an Aries woman and an Aries man. And they're both, it's like two children in a playpen. But except that one is a girl and one is a boy. Now, in a real case scenario, who do you think is going to win between the two toddlers, the little girl or the little boy? It will be the little boy. He will be clobbering the girl and pulling her hair, like, you know what I mean? And this is true when we're dealing with the Aries adult and the Aries woman. The Aries man is apt to be abusive and cruel and hurt the Aries woman, because the Aries woman, her strength, her sense of cardinality is in her independence. But with the Aries man, the cardinality is expressed through force and domination. Not a very good combination. The Aries man likes to dictate and tell his women what to do. You cannot approach the Aries woman in this way. You cannot tell her what to do. She'll slap you in the face or punch you. And it is an unevolved Aries woman, she'll spit in your face. Be careful, Mr. Aries. This woman is ferocious as she is beautiful and quite capable, just as capable as you, Mr. Aries. I'm talking to you, Mr. Aries. Tread carefully with this woman. On the more positive side, this woman can open doors for you. If you just only put your ego aside and let this woman open the doors for you. We know your dick is big and strong. We know that with might, you can open any door. You're the god of war, Mars. How could you not? But sometimes the best fight is done by putting down the sword, Mr. Aries. You're going to have to do that if you're going to handle an Aries woman. Oh, God. I'm getting chills all over. The guys there, they want to be a part of this. Because, this is all Aries, the divine spark. We're going to talk about how we're going to ascribe this combination to nature. How do we see this combination in nature? Well, easy. Aries represents the Big Bang. When you look up in space and you see all them stars, especially for you guys who are in the Midwest, or for those of you who are in London or Europe, when you go outside and you see, or Australia, or Madagascar, one of my favorite places, you go and you see the night sky. It's full of stars. I mean, it literally lights up the night sky. It literally lights up the night sky. It's so beautiful. You can get lost in it. When you see that, that's Aries. These stars that you're seeing in the heavens are billions of years old. And they're just reaching the light of those stars that bursted billions of years ago are now reaching us. Understand how powerful that is. The stretch of space-time. You could look at a star and it could be this close to you and say, oh, what a cute star. It must have been only a couple of million years old. No, bitch. Try a couple of billion years. It's just now that the light is reaching us. Space is terrifying, but it's also terrifyingly beautiful. And this is Lucifer, which means light. That's Aries. But understand that space is a very dangerous place because like a supernova. If you see the History Channel, go to the History Channel or Nat Geo or order it on demand on Spectrum and watch those channels. You will learn a lot. They show you the supernovas or supernovae if there's more than one, and and all kinds of explosions, gamma ray bursts, nuclear fusion, which creates a star. All these processes and explosions and alchemy as it occurs in space, all of that is symbolized by Aries, the Big Bang itself. So how do we ascribe this to the human personality and ego? Very easy. Aries, the man and the woman, they're always creating something. They're always creating something. They're always starting stuff. They got 10, 20 projects going all at once. And they're brilliant at it. Brilliant. It's a cardinal sign. And what did I tell you cardinal means? Active. Action. No talk. Action. And that's Aries. So Aries is just fantastic. Both the men and the women. And on all fronts. For the exception of one, which is interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships. Here, both the Aries man and the Aries woman have a problem. I can't tell you how delicious this rainbow martini is. And I just drank the first layer. Listen, the Aries man needs constant stimulation. He needs to be constantly aflux and plugged in. Not only does he need to feel plugged in to his environment, he needs to feel that he can dominate it. The Aries woman as well. But the Aries woman will do it far more differently than the Aries man will. And the Aries woman, believe it or not, if she's with an Aries man, she will sacrifice. She will be the one that will be doing the sacrifice in this relationship. It will not be the Aries man. He's not going to be able to slow down enough to pay attention to, and appreciate the sacrifices that she's doing unless we're dealing with an Aries man that's above age 30. Because if they're below age 30, the baby is still very much at play. And we know that the baby will always be in his soul because it is a part of his soul, even well into his old age. But that unrestless energy of the it's at its strongest below age 30. So if you're dealing with this type of Aries man that's below age 30, you're still dealing with the baby. Which means that he might be successful financially because all Aries men, young or old, are successful financially. Oh my God. Talk about Scorpio. Aries is successful too. And he could be an idiot in the sense that he's young, not of capability. Because even when they're naive, the only thing that can make an Aries young man fail is exactly that, his youth. But let him gain some experience and practical know-how, he can reach his first million by the time he reaches age 30. If he's focused and he's less baby. It's different with the Aries girl, the Aries woman. The Aries woman, believe it or not, is less distracted than the Aries man. The Aries man is apt to go wrong because of his constant mental distractions and not knowing which one to do first and which one to do last and doing them all at the same time and with great speed and vibrato. But he doesn't have the staying stamina to complete it all. And that becomes a problem. The opposite polarity of Aries, remember, is Libra. So, don't be surprised if Aries periodically goes through that oop-oop-be-doop state or that indecisive state, acting like his head is cut off. He's pulling from the opposite polarity of Libra, the sign that is famous for its indecision. If you ever catch Aries in that state, going through that phase, he is at his weakest. What can make Aries really fall off kilter is if he stops moving. The Aries man cannot afford to stop moving. It is his constant movement, hence the cardinality of the sign, action, is that keeps him alive and keeps the wheels of his thoughts and imagination and logic, the opposite polarity of Libra, to continue to fuel his thoughts. The Aries man, and not much is spoken about that about Aries. The Aries man is brilliant with ideas. Oh my God. He can be a genius with his ideas. He usually is. But he moves so fast that he jumps from one topic or one idea to another that he fails to realize the importance of each and every one idea that he has. So consumed he is in trying to make his ideas real and with the quickness that he doesn't sit back and look at the beauty of the idea itself. And that was this kind of beauty, it should be handled with care and with love and gentility and patience. One of Aries' mortal enemies is patience, because the Aries man cannot tolerate lateness, indecisions, impatience, and being delayed giving his gratification. I know, I have an Aries moon, and I get pissed when I have to fucking wait. I want stuff now. Now! Yeah. That's my narcissism. I ain't lie. And with my Leo too, oh, I've been known to jump out of trains because they're fucking late and they're stalling, and I go and catch a cab on the street, even if I'm gonna go only 5 blocks. And I'd rather pay the $20 than to fucking be waiting. I hate waiting. You want to take out the devil in Aries? Make him wait. So therefore, the Aries man is far more impatient and intolerant of delayed gratification. Fortunately, the Aries woman understands that though. The Aries woman is different. She understands that sometimes to gain desire, you have to go through a little bit of pain, if not an equal amount of it, to complement the desire. You're just not gonna get desire and not the pain. They both come together. The Aries woman understands that. The Aries man, no. And if he does, only in theory, because he believes that nothing can stop him. He's invulnerable, invincible. I know, I feel that way sometimes. We're ruled by Mars. Nothing can stop Mars from getting what it wants, if it wants what it wants. It'll kill you. Aries is a murderous sign. Like Scorpio, Aries has the power to kill and take life. And so does Scorpio. And the other sign that also has the power to take life is Taurus, the opposite of Scorpio. Ptolemy, in the 26th dynasty of Egypt, called the constellation of Taurus and the constellation of Scorpio the constellations of terror. If there was ever a full moon or a new moon in Scorpio or in Taurus or in Aries, people cried and mourned, because something was going to befall the land. Of course, we're talking about pre-Hellenistic period. After the post-Hellenistic period, entering the Ptolemaic period, you know, people didn't see the world as romantic as the Hellenistic period. I happen to like the Hellenistic period. I'm actually taking a course at Columbia now on it. I mean, one of many tons that I've taken because, it was a romantic period, like the Elizabethan period for the Anglo-Saxons. Similar parallel. So, and I mentioned that to say that Aries, for Aries and Aries to work, is going to have to fall under woman Aries. Remember, he's the baby. And a baby is far more manageable than sometimes a grown-ass man. Even though the Aries man is a fully grown-ass man, his mentality and psychology is still that of a baby. And I hope the Aries men out there are not insulted by this. Because this isn't a judgment or a criticism. It's actually what makes you so sexy and so adorable and so desirable to both men and women. The men will never talk about it, but the women will find it delicious and endearing. Sometimes I look at my Aries men friends and I see the little boy and the little baby, and sometimes I look at them and I'm like, it is fucking amazing that you are 50 years old, but you look like you're 25 when I look into your eyes. It is fucking amazing, this baby-like energy that these Aries people have. And the innocence that comes with it. So an Aries man is far more manageable than the Aries woman. So if you women have an Aries man, first I gotta say kudos to you if you were able to grab and keep an Aries man that interested in that long. That means you really got something there. Because not much keeps, him, he's always restless and action, Aries, cardinal fire. Always wanting to go out somewhere, and sometimes he stumbles and falls. And, the Aries man might need to be rescued from time to time. The mythology of Aries is that he always falls into trouble. Always. And sometimes the gods act cruelly against him. If you read the mythology of Aries, the Greek mythology, every culture and race has a different interpretation of the Aries mythology. But because we are living in the United States and we are shaped by the dictates of Western culture, we have to look towards the Greek or the Hellenistic period as our reference point of these mythological archetypes and figures. So, Apollo will be Aries. But it could be Helios. And that was Priam in the Trojan War, or Agamemnon. If you're looking at the Iliad, which is Greek, and the Aeneid, which is Roman, it's different interpretation, but it's the same story. But the hero is always attributed to Aries, or the sun, Apollo. So understand, later on, post-Hellenistic period, you have then the story of Pegasus and Perseus. That also is an Aries story. He goes out and conquers the 12 pillars of Hercules. That's another Aries mythology, just expressed in the Greek, another culture. Post-Hellenistic, but really also pre, because it really begins there if you go there. So understand that there's a lot of mythologies. I'm telling you, you all need to read the books by Carl Sagan and Carlos Castaneda, and talks wonderfully of the mythology of Aries. And it's always the fabric of Aries in all the mythologies of race and cultures, even in Yoruba, even Haitian, where I come from, Dominican, Ogun, Belier, all of that's his name in Dominican Republic, and Ogun is the Yoruba name. It's still the same Aries. And understand that the mythologies are the same across the board of every race and culture, with a few variations here and there. But the whole essence of Aries is to overcome. to overcome. So if your life is full of trials and obstacles and tribulations, understand that it's meant to be that way. Because what good is being the God of war if you're not given wars to fight, wars to conquer? Okay? And we're done with part one.